Batman, The Last Halloween 7 Huge Holiday Killer Twist. Blam! The sharp crack of a .22 pistol echoes THWAK. Batman trains Robin, staffs clashing. Think, Batman demands, pushing his young ward. Victims of a shooting often only remember the gun. OWW. Robin cries out as he's struck. Alfred appears on the stairs, a worried ahem escaping his lips, but the training continues. Batman knocks Robin off his feet. I made a mistake, Batman says, his voice hard. You are of no use to me, damaged. It has been 6 weeks. Week 4 and Robin is back on his feet, staff in hand, straining. My battle staff, I'm taking OOMPH, he grunts, pushing through the pain. Batman stands over him, unyielding. You are not ready. This is not a circus act. Alfred, watching the brutal session, his face a mask of growing fury, finally speaks, his voice sharp, teeth bared in frustration. That is quite enough. Robin sits, his back to Batman and Alfred, arms crossed, his voice is hurt. So that's it, you're abandoning me. Batman holds his staff, looking back towards Alfred. Robin, Dick, after you have healed we can discuss, but Robin spins around, glaring. Discuss this. He faces Batman, staff ready. News flash, Bruce, WAKK. Robin strikes, the staff connecting sharply. I'm healed. Whump. Batman is knocked off his feet, hitting the ground as Robin stands over him, staff held high. Batman sits on the floor, looking up at Robin, who stands over him, staff held firmly. Robin glares down, his voice ringing with defiance. I trained harder in the circus than anything you could put me through. Batman looks at him, a silent acknowledgement in his eyes. He is probably right. The thought crosses Batman's mind. He needed to hear that from himself. Batman turns, ready to leave the training area. I am going out. Robin looks up, disappointed. Where can't I come too? Batman's silhouette is stern. You have homework. Homework? Robin asks, confused. Batman explains the assignment. Find this holiday. I want to know where Mario Falcone has been all this time. Robin's eyes widen with determination. Okay, but how? Batman's answer is simple, pointed. Be the detective. Later, after Batman has gone, Robin faces Alfred. Why does he hate me, Alfred? Alfred looks at him, a gentle sadness in his eyes. He does not hate you, Master Dick. Quite the opposite. He fears that if something terrible were ever to happen to you, Alfred pauses, his voice softening. He could never forgive himself. Robin looks away, processing Alfred's words, a quiet understanding dawning. Meanwhile, at the precinct, Commissioner Gordon sits alone in his office, the late hour reflected in the dark city outside his window. He sips from his world's greatest dad mug, staring intently at a corkboard covered with mugshots of Gotham's rogues. Holiday, he murmurs to himself, the name a ghost from the past. The door opens, and Detective Lopez steps in. I saw your light was on, Commissioner. They had me on a desk, she says, explaining her earlier assignment. All cleared now. Good to be back, Detective. Still working the case. Gordon just repeats the name, fixated on the board. Holiday. Lopez joins him, looking at the lineup of villains. Can I make a suggestion? She asks, her expression serious. Is there a reason that we don't put Catwoman up there with our suspects? Gordon turns, his gaze sharp. Do you think it's inappropriate? He asks. Lopez shrugs, trying to explain. Oh, because she and Batman have a thing. Gordon cuts her off, his brow furrowed. Wait, what? That's not at all what I was asking. He looks away, lost in thought for a moment. It's just, I used to always send Barbara flowers today, with a card from our son. Do you think it was inappropriate with them living in Chicago now that I still did? Lopez hesitates, unsure how to respond to the sudden personal turn. I'm really not the one to be giving advice. All my mother does is drive me crazy. Gordon turns back, eyes sharp, focusing on the case again. While I was off duty, I kept thinking about the shootings. He points to the picture of Catwoman on the board. You think she shot herself to throw us off? Being she was the first victim, it's the smart play. He pins her photo onto the board with the other villains. Penguin, Riddler. Freeze, they all were left at their crime scenes, except with her. Why the hell not? Gordon sighs, looking at the board full of faces. I know what it is like to make the job your life. Back in the Batcave, Robin is deep in research, poring over screens displaying various plant species. Did you know there are like 30 kinds of ivy plants? Maracana, Iberica, Algeriensis, Azorica, Ramia. Batman, standing nearby but looking away, responds with a dry, one-word assessment. Riveting. Later, under the somber sky of the graveyard, Batman kneels at his mother's grave, Martha Wayne, beloved wife and mother. He places 2 roses at the base of the headstone. His thoughts are a quiet ache. The pearls. I do not know how you managed. Never raised your voice or your hand, reading books to me, indulging me. Back in the glowing hum of the Batcave lab, Robin points to a specific plant diagram on screen. This stuff, with the white trim, Colibri ivy, it's pretty rare. His eyes widen as a connection is made. It's also what dragged Mario Falcone away from that flower shop. I got to thinking, what if it wasn't a coincidence that it all happened at that florist? Batman stands at another grave now, a single yellow rose in his hand, placed gently beside the name Mary Grayson. He looks at the stone, his thoughts heavy. He is a good boy. I will never be able to show him the love you did, but I will keep him safe. Give him a purpose. Robin, hunched over the massive Batcave computer, gestures excitedly to Alfred. I had this computer talk to that computer, learned who and where the largest orders of Colibri ivy were sent in Gotham City. I need to tell Batman, Alfred nods, a knowing look in his eye. You do know what today is. Meanwhile, at the gates of Gotham Cemetery, Batman stands silhouetted against the cold stone arch. Another holiday, the thought is heavy in his mind. Alfred looks down at Robin, his voice gentle. Is there a reason you don't visit your parents? I'd gladly take you. Robin's gaze is distant. You mean my parents' graves? They are not far from the Waynes. Alfred considers this, then speaks with quiet understanding. He blames himself, doesn't he? Robin doesn't look at him. You would have to ask him. He was just a kid. How was he supposed to save them? Alfred's expression is somber. One can only imagine what that must feel like. Through the neon blur of the city night, the Batmobile roars. Batman is focused, driven. I might have a lead on where to find Mario Falcone. He presses forward faster. He has a purpose. Deep within a hidden, overgrown lair, Catwoman stands before Poison Ivy, who lounges amidst a tangle of vines and sacks of ill-gotten gains. Catwoman, bags of plunder slung over her shoulder, asks, her voice tinged with exhaustion. When will we have enough? Ivy smirks, adjusting a leafy tendril. Have enough. There is a point in spending it. Bound tightly by vines nearby, a struggling Mario Falcone lets out a strained URRGL. Ivy turns her attention to him, her voice dripping with cruel sweetness. Did you hear that, Mario? Miss Kitty wants to spend some of the Falcone fortune you've been sharing with us. Catwoman's expression hardens. He's dying. Ivy's smile doesn't falter. Then, he dies. One less criminal clogging the routes of Gotham City. You'll be the hero of the story.